Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful. Ooh, they must have been feeding you Spacer's Choice rations. I bet you could see right through the board's lies. Charismatic enough to give the chairman a run for his bits. If we're ever captured, I'll let you do the talking. You had a hand in everyone's pocket. Things tend to vanish off tables whenever you're around. I can be reasonably sure you know how to add and subtract.
Жесть. Я думаю, 5 оставлю. Цвет кожи будем политкорректные. Жестко 20 вообще. Ух ты. Какие глазки тут есть. Блин, я в процессе игры менял бы цвет глаз постоянно. Да, мне кажется, брови можно оставить как есть. Глаза оставим их вообще. Ужас. Какие тут прически, это просто рафл. Это вообще пипец. Ладно, 16 еще ничего так. 13 может тоже. Надо цвет сразу другой подобрать. Жестко. О, монобровь, глянь. Господи, это можно такую сделать страшилу, на самом деле. Тут красивую бабу сделать, мне кажется, сложнее, чем страшилу. Жестко. Ну да, как бы. Что просто. Господи боже. Цвет волос, бля, ладно. Какие пиздец. Сергею Зверева просто. Бля. Ты просто вчера была вампиром. Кассирша пятерочки. Старуха, бля, жестко. Как вариант, мы берем 24-ю или 26-ю. Возьму 26-ю. Мне кажется, сверху освещения недостаточно. Типа волосы, они будут на свету выглядеть немного иначе. Ставлю красное. Не, ну волосы я точно не буду делать. Ух ты, как же зовут? Сие чудо. Да, я знаю, что у вас под цвет лица, в этом весь смысл. Как зовут ее? Как ты думаешь? Блядь, об телефон уронить. Почему все этим? Вот, это надо. Там, да я не помню, там как-то ее по-другому же звали, нет? Младший кассир тупо. Ладно. Элиты точно.
Looks to me your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down. His drive is
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Я буду пытаться проходить с минимумом убийств. Я не гарантирую, что я не буду убивать. Я не гарантирую. Но я постараюсь этого не делать.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Серебряный приз, добро пожаловать.
Taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
В смысле? Ну ладно. Ой, как лагает все. Лол. У меня на компе лучше было. Вот за это ненавижу 30 кадров. Мне кажется, надо понизить чувствительность. Так вот, все-таки норм будет.
You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Oh.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stinks. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Oh, we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Not that I deserve to be. Can't even deliver a company slogan. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take them. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Spacer's Choice policy clearly stipulates that dead and as good as dead are two completely different properties of matter. Unless I'm dead, I'm contractually obligated to attend to my post. I will report that illegally grounded spacecraft if it is the last thing I do. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous Saltuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
Я не трогаю геймпад вообще. Это так работает, по-моему, в прицеливании в сингл-играх. Ты посмотри, вот я целюсь сюда. А не срабатывает. Не срабатывает. Убивать мародеров или нет? Не знаю. Блять, это заново.
Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than
Прикинь,
before, huh?
настолько
Not
вот.
sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head.
Просто
Shame about the whole
твою...
squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Сохранение тут только на космическом корабле возможно.
You see now, you've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
О, чуть меньше хп снял.
Hey, you've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Hope you don't... We were...
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
Лол. Ладно, давай еще раз попробуем. А, он типа среагировал на кусты. Сюда я надену наушники, потому что, типа, я тогда тупо и не услышал его ворчания. Сразу посмотрю, можно ли в наушниках включить, точнее в игре включить режим наушников. Время уже 3 часа. Нет, нельзя. Вообще это очень фигово, типа мародеры тут в любом случае они враждебные, вообще в любом случае. То есть игру можно пройти без убийств только в том случае, если ты вот так вот мимо мародеров будешь шастать. Ну опять автоприцел работает.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Of course I am. I'm a superior officer. Stands to reason, don't it? Just you watch. I'll cross these marauders off with a swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs. So. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Я за вас болею, если что. Ну так себе выглядит на самом деле. Давайте. Там вроде еще кто-то был, не? Товарищи, вы отлично справляетесь. Я впечатлен.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Вообще, это мой корабль.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I have been programmed to communicate with diplomacy and tact. Please allow me to demonstrate. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? It is difficult for me to do so. I am programmed to accept commands from Captain Alex Hawthorne, after all. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, Well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Так, я засейвился. Графон говно, но это просто PlayStation. Жалко, что на момент сохранения, короче, с экрана обрывается все. Ну ничего, ты привыкнешь. Потому что тут идет сохранение на внутреннюю систему PlayStation, а не внутриигровое. Сложно, но вот так. Не знаю, зачем выбирать внешность персонажа в игре от первого лица. Там головорезы стоят. Мне с ними разговаривать неохота. Поэтому мы воспользуемся старой RPG-фишкой. Оббежим их где-нибудь через скалы. Я первое время воевать не хочу. Попозже. Сведем контакты с противниками в минимум. Коротко о PlayStation. Как все долго отрисовывается?
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend. You talk too pretty for a Marauder. Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know. 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the Aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble. Trouble's in the asking. Or don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I.
Я тебе колено прострелю, будешь выебываться.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of saltuna.
Вперед только же рывок сделать нельзя. Только назад. Влево или вправо.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. It's our problem, not yours, but I'm asking for your help. If those workers don't come back, Edgewater is going to collapse. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. about if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright? Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, that's what my dad used to say.
Выглядит, конечно, убого. Зато стильно.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Your goal is to save as many as possible. Then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. On the contrary, my position means that I am one of the few legally allowed to possess such items. But do not worry. You'll be safe since you are acting on my behalf. I can assure you, you won't find another willing to risk imprisonment to possess this book, nor anyone willing to pay the price I can offer. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M'Bakono handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you were...
Как тебе игра в целом? В смысле, как кинцо выглядит? Графон здесь говно. Но это из-за PlayStation 4. Она очень много режет. Я на своем стареньком компе играл, там получше было. И этой игре уже год, если что. Возможно, ты просто из-за стрима, стрим и так режет многое, ты еще из-за стрима не видишь этой разницы в графоне. Два мародера. Че, рискнем напасть? Ну, при резких-то, конечно. Нет, я могу мимо пройти, я просто их хочу завалить. Ну, блин, типа, я хочу основных персонажей не трогать, то есть... Остался еще кто-то? В смысле, у главаря ничего нет? Вы серьезно? Почему? Why? Бля. Не, ну я давно сохранялся, так что... Мне просто очень жаль. Как она сдохла? Капец. Вообще это плохо, потому что у нее там и диалогов много в этом квесте. И она порешать может некоторые вопросы и т.д. и т.п. Ладно, насрать. Что там пишут? Вообще похуй. Еще уебусь больно. Ничего, найду кого-нибудь получше. О, новый ствол. Да я все равно все буду продавать. Единственное, что я не помню, это как тут, типа... Блин, ну типа логично было. Ладно. Ладно, погнали к этим. Вообще она сама виновата. О, бред, тоже легкий будет, классно. Блядь. Воу-воу-воу-воу-воу! Откуда? Пощадите, она просит. Блин, я использую больше медикаментов, чем поднимаю. Это очень грустно. Как-то много мин.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Well, look at you, buzzing around the Aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago, she was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like... Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are... It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't Can't imagine where she's gone.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Thompson. You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is care. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. You're doing this for Reed? Why? If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. I trust you will listen.
В смысле, меня он едва дотронулся. Я хочу воду стыбрить. Из крана пить нельзя. Ничего не знаю, такой был. Вы о чем вообще? Старуха что-то там стебила про чай, мне попить надо. Воды нет. Бабуля, я просто знаю ее секрет. Хочу понять, это еще где-то написано? Кроме того, как я это выяснил там в процессе игры. Ну, я думаю, мы выясним секрет этой бабули еще раз. Мне надо попить. Почему у меня ложь красная? Найс. Чуть-чуть попили. Так.
You hungry? We got canid ribs. Something I can... Fresh off the limb.
Да пофиг. Блять, вечная какая-то.
Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. You sound like some type of corporate... The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Ну, вот это ее дом. Ну как бы все ясно, где она, где эта Зои находится. Очень, блин, неожиданно. Курица. Она сказала вроде, что у костра есть что похавать. Сука, это не так. Он засейвится. Что за камера режим ожидания? А, даже так. Прикольно. Все-таки мы как-то можем посмотреть на себя со стороны. Жалко, нельзя ее управлять. И почему вообще не сделали вид от третьего лица? Я не хочу с ними сражаться, мне кажется, это будет нецелесообразно. Какое-то ожерелье. Ничего не дает. Его нельзя как-нибудь убить скрытно? Я вообще не понимаю, почему я не попадаю. Здесь автоматически сейчас загрузилось второе последнее сохранение. Да, не самое первое. Здесь не так же тупо работает. Да, вот это сохранение загрузилось. Куда улетела? Тут у них какие-то автоматы есть. Почему я их убиваю и не могу их забрать? Надо настройки подкрутить. Заменить. Наконец-то. Размер будет так тяжелый. Блин, я не поспал на корабле. Эй, не падай. Так, геотермалка. Ах ты зараза. В смысле, почему я не могу запрыгнуть вот сюда? А, нельзя его убрать, ясно. Какой-то удав перекормленный. Так, пойду поем, приду.